might be sitting down a bit more. Okay, so do you want to try something new that I've just learned through my Tai Chi training?
Yeah.
So it's not a big movement. It's really quite a small movement, but there's a lot more to it. There's like an energetic element to it. Okay, so the way I can kind of best describe it is you know a spirit level and you've got your bubble in the middle and this bit's kind of surrounding it. And when I talk about balance, you can imagine that spirit level moving around and this little bubble moving in between these different places. Okay, so we're going to do something, it's got a really silly name. So afterwards, if anyone comes up with a better name for it, I'm happy to hear. I did this with one of my groups who's a bit more advanced, and they had some really interesting stuff happen. A lot of them were seeing colours and energy, experiencing it slightly differently. So I'm going to stand up and show you, and then we'll do a little bit seated afterwards. Let me just change my camera. Oh, I've still got people joining. I hope I've got everyone on now. Lovely. You see me down there? Oh, tie my hair up if you can't hear me. Okay, so like with all the Qigong, you can get that good connection to the ground first. So you can sort of have a little move around, squish into the floor if you're seated or standing. We're just checking that connection to the ground. Okay, we're going to relax the shoulders. Going to lift the top of the head to join the heavens. And we're just going to drop the chin down slightly. We're going to drop the pelvis and take the knees off lock. So there's a bit of a squish into the knees and the pelvis will gently rock backwards just a little bit, not as big as a full pelvic tilt. Okay, so you can close your eyes if you want to. And we are going to rock from the front of the foot to the back of the foot. Okay, we're going to rock forwards and backwards. And what I'm hoping, I'm just going to let someone else, what I'm hoping, if you can try and get into your relaxed Qigong state of mind, we use this as our little bit of breathing meditation just to focus ourselves, feel our body, get a good sense of that movement. And then after a little while, and this is where the name sloshing comes from. Hi, guys. So we're just doing a little bit of sloshing. The silliest name in the world. We're rocking backwards and forwards. So if you're seated, you can just move your body, rock backwards and forwards. If you're standing, you're going onto the front of the balls of the foot and then to the back of the foot. So this is quite a lot of core balancing going on here, whether you're seated or standing. And if we can get a little bit of a feel for what's going on in our body, we might be able to notice our physical body, but then our energy body. Because when you imagine water swishing around, so I had a jug of water here and the water's swishing around, the jug is moving and the water is just a little bit slower. And that's going like this, and the jug is going like this. And we're just having a little bit of a check-in to see what we can feel. So if you want to close your eyes for a minute, we'll just do this for a couple of minutes. So we're relaxing into it, rocking forwards and backwards. And we can do a little bit of breath as we do this. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And obviously you can make these movements as big or as small as you like. You're just noticing what's happening with the body, whether you can stay in a relaxed state while you're doing this, whether anything's coming up. more minute. Just sinking down, feeling the feet, feeling the head connect to the sky. Having a sense of what's going on inside the body. And then you could just bring it to a bit of stillness before we move. Just let the water settle, the bubble inside, get that balance back. Just made some little shifts there. Lovely. And then if you want to sit down for some of the practice, you're welcome to. I'm going to sit down, but you are welcome to stand up. So with your seated practice, if you can get your feet on the floor, that's excellent. If that's not an option to you, maybe you can imagine that your feet are growing some lovely vines out of the bottom and they're directly getting you that contact with the earth. However you want to do that, relax the shoulders, drop the pelvis back, take the knees off lock, relax the jaw. We're going to raise the arms up and we're directing chi now in front of the abdomen to start with. So we're directing chi through the belly button into the body. We're going to open up our three centers. We're opening up this point just below the belly button. We're directing chi in from the front. And then we're going to take that and we're going to direct chi in through the back. So wherever your chair allows, we're going to scoop the hands round to the back of the body. So we're directing, even if it's with the intention, through the lower back, Ming Men, into the lower energy center. Lovely. Then we're going to guide the fingertips up the sides of the rib cage. We're going to press in there. So ladies, just around the bottom of the bra strap, there's a squishy bit. We're going to give that a little bit of pressure because we're working with a pressure point here. And now we're directing chi into the heart space. We're going to open that up, illuminate the heart space, illuminate the chest. Let's do a deep breath and really expand the lungs here. Feel space opening in between those rib cages. And let go. Lovely. We're going to let the hands scoop forwards now through to the chest. So we're holding the arms at the front of the chest. Now this has got another name in Tai Chi, this posture. Standing like a tree. I'm sure there's a much nicer name in Chinese, but that's the translation, standing like a tree. So you might see people just standing like this for hours, absolutely hours. I've had to do it. It's not fun for hours. I'm sure we can manage a couple of seconds. Direct chi into the heart. Wonderful. So we've got another angle there. Then we're going to sweep the hands out. Going to direct them all the way out to the sides of the body. Straighten and stretch if it's comfortable. And scoop up above the head. Meet in a prayer position. And then we're going to draw that down. Past the head space. Pause there. Opening that area. And then we're drawing that down in front of the chest. Lovely. So yeah, if you can't tell this week, we're going to try a bit of seated lift chi up, pour chi down, because I don't normally do this routine seated, and I'd love to have a little bit of experience doing that and see how you get on with it. So the fingers are going to fall forwards. I'm pointing away now, and I'm going to push out as far as I can out into the atmosphere. Little stretch of the shoulder joints if it's comfortable. Pause there. Then the fingers are going to start to open. So I'm going to be having my palms facing down to the earth at this point. So we're connecting in with that earth energy. Then we're going to separate all the fingers out. So we're aiming for a really wide fingers here now. Have a good stretch into that. Then raise the hands up. Separate them to shoulder width. Just have a little check-in here with your postures and yourself. Is there anywhere you can send a bit of breath to or noticeably relax? And then we're going to do some push and some pull here. So we're going to push out, fingers stretched all the way, and then a relax and a pull. Push out, expanding outwards, relax and draw in. So if you want to add the breath to this, you can inhale and exhale. But if you want to do it the other way around, because that's more comfortable, that is also absolutely okay. I have double checked on that. The breath pattern can be whatever is easiest here. For me, I always breathe in at the start and exhale as I draw in. Lovely. And we're making these quite big at the moment. So I'm going to invite you just to try and do the last 3 as really micro movements. So that could just be very slow or very minor movements. Just to get a feel of the change in energy there. And to show you that it can be just as powerful without giving it the full exertion. It can be very spoon friendly if you need it to be. Lovely. And push out one more time, full extension. And we're going to open the hands up, but this time I'm going to let you turn the fingertips in and come out. Only has to be to about here. It doesn't have to go that far. And then you can bring the palms in like this. Lovely. So we're taking the arms out, but we're moving the palms as we go. Really getting a lovely feel with that chi out there. Opening the chest up lovely. This is the gathering movement. So we're spreading open and we're gathering the chi back together. One more, because I know this is tricky. And come back to that start position. Now we're going to go around to the outside. So full stretch into the horizon. Beautiful. Now we're going to push outwards. Just do as many of these as is comfortable now, because I know that the arms can start to ache. Draw in or make them smaller. See how you can adapt it to your needs. So we're expanding out. You might be able to imagine that bubble that we worked with at the start starting to expand outwards and drawing back into our center. Pushing out. We've got a little bit of tension there. And then we can maybe even sink down a little bit. Everything pulls in and then we push out, expand. And then draw in one more time. Lovely. And then out to your full horizon stretch. Wonderful. And then we're going to take it up. Fingertips guiding and then palms drawing down. Guide up with the fingers. Draw down. We do this one more time. Up we go. Draw down back to the horizon. Now we're going to let the hands relax and scoop round. And we're going to scoop chi above the head now. If it doesn't go up to the head, just the forehead is high enough. Above the head, we're doing a little chi shower. You might feel a lot of things going on your arms. We're going to let that energy come down. Lovely. And then we're going to draw the hands front of the face. Connect with those three centers again. Down the chest, down the body. Standing or seated, we're going to direct it all the way down the legs. Imagine it traveling down the legs to the feet, back into the ground. And then we're going to open the palms back up. I'll just pause, wait for everyone to catch up. So get a nice little stretch here. Can do a little breath here even. Inhale, expand the lungs. It's quite a powerful stance in itself. Then we're going to scoop up again. If you want to take this into a bit of a stretch or go up on your toes, you're welcome to. And draw it down. This time, feeling a lovely wave of relaxation go through the body, from the hands all the way, down through the organs, push it through the legs, all the way to the toes. Give the toes a little wriggle. Check we've got that connection point still. Lovely. Last time, big scoop. And this time, we're going to deliver that lovely golden chi light all through the body. We're going to illuminate the entire body. So this lovely light source coming through the hands, just shining, illuminating in. I'd love it if we had some infrared gloves to put on at this point. That would be amazing. We're just going to use our imagination. All the way down the legs to the feet. Fantastic. Okay, you can rest there. That was part one. So have a little wriggle. Do whatever you need to do. Don't know if we'll have time for all of the parts today, but we'll do a little bit more. Okay, so if you're seated or standing, we're going to go down the legs now. I'm going to stand up because I think you'll just be able to see me slightly better, everyone. But if you're seated, you still follow the same line. We're going down the front of the leg and up the back of the leg if you can get there. Just go as far as you can if you can't. Okay. Oh, can't actually see my feet. I've just realised because I've set it up for standing. Okay, so we start on the belly button. We're going to press in to the belly button. So we've got all these fingers pressing into this point. Lovely. With a little bit of pressure there, a little bit of wiggle. And then we're going to separate the palms. I'm going to slide them around the waist. And they're going to end up on the kidneys. If you can get there, giving the kidneys a rub now. Give them a wake up. They're a vital organ. We need them. Lovely. Need them to be looked after and nourished. And then I'm going to take this pressure with the fingers down the back, slightly to the inside of my leg. So I'm drawing it down and I'm going to crouch down if I can with my hands on the foot. And once we're down there, we're going to bend the knees, sink into the ground, and then straighten the knees and push up. So we're going down and up. If you're seated, you're welcome to press into the front of the foot and then go into the back of the foot. One more time, just have a little experiment with it. See if you can get a good connection to the ground. And then drawing up, so we're straightening the legs and we're drawing chi through the feet. And we're going to sweep the front of the foot. Then we're going to guide the chi up the inside of the leg. So these are the yin and yang meridians we're working with here now. So this is great for increasing that balance. We're going to go all the way up to the tummy again. So we've done a little bit of a journey there through the legs, wherever you've got to. I'm just going to double check my time. Okay, lovely. Okay, so the hands just relax at the sides of the body for a moment. pause there, have a breath, just check you're stable and got enough breath going on. Lovely. So we're going to let the arms float up at the sides of the body now. Palms raise up. And we're going to push. We're just going to do it 3 times. So we're going to push out, draw in. 2, draw in. 1 more time. 3, draw it in. And back to your stretch there. Lovely. This time we're going to bring the arms forward. So we turn to the side. So we're just coming slightly forward. And then we're straightening out. You can let the fingers guide this movement if you want. So the fingers are driving us forward and then the palms are pushing us back. 1 more time. Drawing in. And push back. Lovely. Let's take it round to the front. Do it 3 times, not as long as before. Push out. Draw in. Push out. Draw in. 1 more time. Push out. And draw in. Lovely. Straight arms. And we're going to go up and down. Up. And you can go on your toes. And down. Last time, biggest stretch yet. Pause even if you can. And down. Lovely. Going to scoot the hands around. So we're going to go back to that tree posture where we started. We just want to pause here for 2 seconds because I would like you to relax your elbows and relax your shoulders before we continue. Fantastic. So we're going to bring that above the head. We're going to pour down 3 times so you can match it to whatever breath or pace you like now. Bringing the hands down through the body. So if you're comfortable adding a bit of breath, I like to do an inhale as I scoop up. And my exhale as I draw it down. So as I inhale, I'm drawing the oxygen up. As I bring the hands down and pouring the chi down through the body. If you come up 1 more time, it's just going to be a little bit different this time. So bring the hands above the head. And now we're going to bring the fingertips down to rest on the top of the head. Okay, so my fingertips are resting on the top of the head. There's a couple of specific pressure points we want to get with, but if you've got your fingers all on that sort of middle center parting, you're going to be getting them. So we're going to give that whole area a little bit of a rub. See if there's anywhere that feels like it could be the pressure points, maybe. There's one at the top here that's great for depression. I'll have to get better at drawing so I can leave you some little diagrams occasionally in the group. Lovely. Now the fingertips are going to draw down to the 3rd eye. So I've still got a bit of pressure. I'm drawing down to the face now. Rest the fingertips on the face here. Connecting with that 3rd eye. You can give that a little bit of activation while we pause there. And then we're going to draw the fingertips over the top of the eyebrow, over the ridge of the ear, and I'm going to take it behind. I've turned around. So you can take a prayer position. Lovely. Take it to a bit of a neck rub. Pressure onto the shoulders. I'm going to draw down the center of the body, under the ribs. We're going to go for a slightly lower backwards prayer now. This can be quite a tricky one, so don't hold it too long. Lovely. Take it down to the kidneys. Give the kidneys a little wiggle and a rub again. And we're going to do one more bit with the legs, and then we're going to close it down. So this time we're going to draw the hands around to the front of the abdomen, and we're going to go down the front of the legs and come back up again. So I'm going to draw this down the legs as far as you want to go. Hands rest on the feet. And we're going to squish down and rise up. So my legs are straightening and then they're bending. Up and down. Up and down. Scoop chi around to the back of the legs. Draw up the center inside. Up to the kidneys again. Give the kidneys a little rub. If you want to take this into a bit of a stretch now, you can. We're quite warmed up. The neck involved a tiny bit. And you can relax the arms. We're just going to do a quick close down. So bring the arms back in front of the abdomen. We're just going to direct our last bit of chi into the body. Lovely. Bring the hands up to the chest. Direct chi into the heart space. Lovely. And then you can just raise them up to center of the forehead here. And we're going to open the palms out and draw them in again. 3 times. Open, close. One more time. Open, close. Take it back down to the heart space. Do the same thing. Open it up. Our power, our emotional center, drawing it back in. Giving it a little bit of a nod. You've done your job. You can shut down now. And drop it down to the belly. Last one, open and close. Bring all that chi and energy that we've worked with back inside. Last time. And then the hands can close over. Rest just underneath the belly button there. I'm going to pause just for 10 seconds. Let that all settle. Closing that chi, locking it away for later. Checking in with ourselves. Last thing, big smile if you haven't given me one yet. Check you're all still with me. Lovely, lovely. And we're all done, ladies.